Jai Sita Ram, everyone, and welcome again to our 26th evening of devotion. And it's nice to be in your company, in your homes, and wherever you're logging in from. Jai Sita Ram to you as we continue to pray for the world in this time of this pandemic situation. And we hope and pray that our offering from our hearts reach you, and of course, heal the world so that things can come back in order very soon. On behalf of Navita and myself, we'd like to greet all of you. Please let us know where you're logging in from, and it's always a joy to be in your home. This evening, we are going to chant the Hanuman Chalisa first, and then we would sing some bhajans and a little reading. Today's topic is avasad. Avasad means sometimes depressed, shok, that dukkha, that difficulty, the difficult times we're going through, and sometimes how we can be consumed with this darkness. So please enjoy this evening's devotion. You can probably let us know where you are logging in from. Give us a beautiful quotation on your blessings. Before we begin, we pray to Lord Ganeshji. Om Shri Ganeshaya Namo Namaha. Om Ekadantaya Vidmahe Vakratundaya Dhimahi Tanno Danti Prachodayat. Om Padama Pahartaram Dataram Sarva Sampadam Lokabhiramam Shri Ramam Bhuyo Bhuyo Namamyam. I bow to you, O Shri Ram, the source of all happiness, the grantor of prosperity. Bhuyo Bhuyo Namamyam. We prostrate to you. Bhuyo Bhuyo in Sanskrit, bar bar, again and again, to your lotus feet, O Bhagwan Sri Ram. The Hanuman Chalisa, please sing with us and join the composition of Tulsidas Ji. Chalisa means 40 verses, composed by Tulsidas Ji. Those who recite, those who listen to the Hanuman Chalisa will be extremely blessed and released from Nasai Roga Hare Sabapira, from all disease, negativities, and misfortune. Please enjoy this wonderful Chalisa and join with us in this evening's devotion. A pleasure to be in your company. Let us join in the Hanuman Chalisa, friends. Shri Guru Charan Saroj Arja Nij Man Mukur Sudha Varno Raghubar Vimal Jaso Jodayak Panchar Buddhiheen Tanu Janike Sumiro Pavan Kumar Bal Buddhi Vidya Dehu Hi Harum Kalesh Vikar. Jai Hanuman Gyan Gun Sagar Jai Abhish Ki Lok Ujagar Ramdut Atulit Balanama Anjali Putra Pavan Sutanama Mahavir Vikram Bajrangi Kumati Nivar Sumati Ke Sangi Kanchan Varan Viraj Subesha Kanan Kundal Kunchat Kesha Hath Vajra aur Dhwaja Viraje Kaande Moj Jneyu Saje Chandar Suman Kesari Nandan Tej Pratap Mahajagvandan Vidyavan Guni Ati Chatur Ram Kaj Karibe Atur Prabhu Charitra Sunive Bodasiya Ram Lakhan Sita Mat Basiya Sukshma Rupa Dhari Siya Dikhawa Digat Rupa Dhari Lanka Jala
के काज सवारे, लाए सजीवन रतन जियाए, श्री रघुवीर हर्ष उर लाए, रघुपति की बहुत बड़ाई, तुम मम प्रिय भरत सम भाई, सहस्र बदन तुमरो जस गावे, हस गई श्रीपति कंठ लगावे, संहारिक ब्रह्मादि मुनीषा, नारद सारद सहित ईशा, जम कुबेर दिखपाल जाते, कवि कोविद कहि सके कहाते, तुम उपकार श्री वही कीना, राम मिलाय राजपद दीना, तुम्हारो मंत्र विभीषण माना, लंकेश्वर भय सब जग जाना, जुग सहस्र जो जन पद भानु, लील्युताहि मधुर फल जानु, प्रभु मुद्रिका विमुख माहि, जलधि लाहि गए अचरज नाहि, दुर्गम काज जगत के जेते, सुगम अनुग्रह तुमते प्रीते, राम दुआरे तुम रखवारे, होत न आज्ञा बिनु पैसारे, सब सुख है तुम्हारी शरणा, तुम रक्षक काहू को डरना, अपने तेज समारो आपे, तीनों लोक हांकते कांपे, भूत पिशाच निकट नहीं आवे, महावीर जब नाम सुनावे, नाशे रोग हरे सब पीरा, जपत निरंतर हनुमत बीरा, संकट के हनुमान छुड़ावे, मन क्रम वचन ध्यान जो पावे, सब पर राम तपस्वी राजा, तिनके काज सकल तुम साजा, और मनोरथ जो कोई लावे, सोई अमित जीवन फल पावे, चारों युग परताप तुम्हारा, हे परसी जगत जियारा, साधु संग के तुम रखवाले, असुर निकंदन राम दुलारे, अष्ट सिद्धि नवनिधि के दाता, असबर दीन जानकी माता, राम रसायन तुम्हारे पासा, सदा रहो रघुपति के दासा, तुम्हारे भजन राम को पावे, जन्म जन्म के दुख बिसरावे, अंत काल रघुबर पुर जाई, जहाँ जन्म हरि भक्त कहाई, और देवता चित्त ना डरे, हनुमत से सर्व सुख करे, संकट कटे मिटे सब पीरा, जो सुमिरै हनुमत बलबीरा, जय 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 हनुमान गोसाई, कृपा करो गुरुदेव की नाई, जो सत बार पाठ कर कोई, छुटे बंदी महासुख होय, तो यहाँ पर हनुमान चालीसा, कोई सिद्धि साकी गौरीसा, तुलसीदास सदा हरिचेरा, जय नाथ हृदय मारेरा, जय हनुमान जय हनुमान, 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 जय हनुमान जय हनुमान।
पवन तनय संकट हरण, मंगल मूर्ति रूप, राम लखन सीता सहित, हृदय बसो सुरभूप सिया, पति रामचंद्र जी की जय। शरणम बोलो पवन सुर हनुमान की जय। May Shri Hanumanji, may his blessings be upon all of you and give you the strength. He is the God of strength. When you feel that you're losing courage, you're losing faith, you're losing your stamina, you're losing that vigor, you're losing that, light and love, you're losing that spiritual ambience. Hanumanji, when his name is chanted, he brings back that vigor, that tranquility and equipoise of the mind. Such a mind then is fit to understand the higher realm. Devotee is now fit to understand that divine Lord. We join in this beautiful Hanumanji Bhajan today, in which he is honored, he is worshipped, and today's topic is depressed. Sometimes there are people all around us we work with, we walk with, we talk with, and we don't know and we would not know that they are depressed. Depression can become any time in life, any gender, any age. When you're depressed by their friends, life becomes complicated. You become angry, frustrated. We take tonight's discourse from when Sita was held hostage, and she's held in the territory of Lanka, where she's frustrated and depressed. How we can help ourselves from this depression, how we can come out from this loneliness and darkness. After these bhajans of course is one way to release our sadness and depression. Please enjoy this beautiful selection.
Manjani ko tha shrap, bhanugati nikale tan se pran, maa ki mamta vash krodh ta, suraj nikal gaye Hanuman, suraj nikal अंजनी सुते अंबर को देखी, गोल गोल कुछ लाल लाल लाल। अंजनी सुते अंबर को देखी, गोल गोल कुछ लाल लाल लाल। चंचल बचपन उछले कूदी, जब जब देखी लाल लाल लाल। अंजनी सुते अंबर पर देखी,
Pavan Putra Hanuman ki jai. What a very beautiful and meaningful song. The son of Anjali, who represents courage. Whenever you feel depressed, you chant the Hanuman Chalisa. Whenever you feel down and lonely, I understand there are so many people who live alone in their home. And that itself, it can be a really tough time. And this evening's discourse, as I relate this discourse, that will relate to your heart, really. It's a time where, many people can feel down and depressed. But the worst feeling in life is to feel depressed and sad and lonely, and you feel that nothing is working out for you. My friends, when you feel depressed, sadness steps in. You get lost, you lose yourself, and that sadness, you lose that faith, you lose your appetite, you lose your sleep, you lose your interest to pray, you lose even the interest to speak to others. Am I speaking to some of you tonight? My friends, we have many, many messages coming from devotees whose life may not be sometimes all right, 100%. But depression is something that we need to talk about. Don't ever feel ashamed or feel bad to talk about it, because it's something that we need to address at the time. The worst thing in life is to live, because when you live with this depression, what steps in? Anger, frustration, irritation of thoughts. Then you become harsh in your words. And I know many, many people who think of suicide. Sometimes parents do call us and says, Panditji, my child took a razor and cut himself or herself. There are many, many people who are facing these situations. And when we become depressed, my friends, the brain releases, according to science, this cortisol. This is an adrenal gland that produces in the brain that elevates the stress level so much that can cause heart disease, that can increase your blood pressure, and your health starts to go. This release of this cortisol hormone in your brain is very, very detrimental, mentally and physically. And how do you know that you're depressed? Is that when you start to lose excessive weight, maybe something good for others, but may not be good for others, some others, 50%. But what is important when you lose interest in life, your spiritual being, well-being gets lost. And Sita in Sundar Kaand means beautiful. But you know what's the greatness of Sundar Kaand? Every Kaand has a name. For those of you who love Ramayana, those of you who love philosophy, listen to this. Every Kaand is associated with a position. Like Ayodhya Kaand is affiliated with Ayodhya. Bal Kaand, which is before, relates to the youth Bal of Sri Ram. Then you have Kiskinda Kaand, relates to the city of Kiskinda. You have Lanka Kaand, relates to Lanka. And of course you have Uttar Kaand, the last Kaand, the Ramayana. But Sundar Kaand does not relate to a geographical position. Sundar Kaand means the most beautiful chapter. Of course, all the chapters are beautiful. My friends, Sundar Kaand is the only Kaand chapter that talks about Hanumanji in its fullest glory. So Hanumanji gets the whole chapter for himself. Now Hanumanji represents the key of knowledge, himmat, courage, knowledge, devotion. And this is what he brings the ring, because Sita is in this depression, she's sad, she does not have a Lord with her. Bhagwan Ram is very far away. She is in the company, of course, Ravan is there and he's threatening her. Ravan, of course, represents probably this COVID-19, right? And we are living in fear, and she's in quarantine. Of course, she can't leave Lanka. She's under the Ashok tree. Ashok means distress, or depression. But Ashok means a place where there is no depression. But yet, she is not released from her problems. She's very sad. She's crying. Tears are running her eyes. And so, in D chord, this beautiful doha says, Tab deki mudra manohar Ram naam ankit ati sundar. Shri Hanumanji leaps across the ocean and reaches to Sita. And now he brings faith, he brings courage. And Sita man vichar karna na madhur bachan bole Hanumana. When you're depressed, try to prevent negative people. Speak to those who are positive. Don't stay around people who would put you down and make you feel worthless. Sita is in grief, and Madhura Bachana Bole Hanumana. Hanumanji speaks the ambrosia, sweetness, very kind, very knowledgeable. Whenever someone is depressed, don't curse them, don't shove them over, that mountain. And so Hanumanji comes, and now she is very scared, and now Hanumanji speaks. And what he says? He says, in this beautiful verse in the Ramcharitamanas, Ram charan mein Ramchandra gun barne laga सुनते ही सीता कर दुख हे भागा. बोलो श्री राम जय रामा जय जय रामा.
श्री राम जय राम जय जय राम.
लागी सुन श्रवण मन लागी आदि हुए सब क्या सुनाई. श्रवण अमृत जेही कथा सुनाई कहीं सो प्रगट होई कीन भाई. श्री राम जय रामा जय जय रामा. श्री राम जय रामा
जय जय रामा.
राम जय रामा. प्रेम से बोलो राजा रामचंद्र की जय. ब्यूटीफुल भाषा, words of Tulsidas ji. रामचंद्र गुण बरने लागा सुनते ही सीता कर दुख ही माना. When he began to praise Bhagwan Sri Ram, Sita got courage. Whenever you're in stress like Sita, listen to bhajans, listen to the gurus, speak to the gurus. She listened to Hanumanji and her soul, her air, while Hanumanji was relating the Katha of Sri Ram. Shravana Amrit Jehi Katha Sunai. Simple Hindi words, no? Shravan means to listen. Amrit means nectar, ambrosia. Jehi Katha Sunai. Sunai means she's listening to the narrations of Hanumanji. And I tell you, Hanumanji was never married. But yet, he knew what to say to a married person to give her hope and faith. Hanumanji was always happy, very happy. One Guruji said the reason why Hanumanji was always happy is because he never married. But that's not also my friends, there are a lot of people who are married and they can also be happy, right? So that was very refreshing to her. And friends, she began to release her tension, her fear began to leave her. My friends, when we keep that fear inside, it's going to interfere with us. How many people end up putting up so much weight when they start worrying and depression? To correct this problem, I think personally, read a good book. Speak to a guru, don't feel ashamed. A guru would guide you from your loneliness and he's going to take you out from that dilemma, all right? So most of the time you go to a psychologist, what they will tell us? They will tell us simple 5 things that I can tell you tonight. 1, change your diet. But it's not only what you eat, it's what you think. They will tell you, secondly, get more sleep. I can tell you the same thing. Thirdly, they will tell you, take little exercise per day. Fourthly, they will tell you, get involved in a community project so that you can forget about your problems. And fifthly, they will tell you, read spiritual books, go to holy places or meditation. These are the 5. Now, they are different kinds of stress and depression, different types of depression. But before I come there to these different types of depression, I'm giving you free consultation tonight. My friends, free consultation. Sita had her hope. It was refreshing to hear the words of Sri Hanumanji, who is the god of courage. And then he dropped the ring. She didn't want to believe. She thought it was another trick of Ravan. But upon hearing his genuine words, she started trusting in what he was saying. When you're honest, your words, they have power. And so our eyes were filled with tears. Ghorat veer chalti Hanumana Bhai tat mein kahu jal jana. I think this is the crux of the discourse, no? Bhurat vari jaldi Hanumana Bhai tat mein kahu jal jana Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Rama Shri Ram Jai Rama Jai Jai Rama. Hey Tat Hanumanji, मैं विरहा सागर में डूब रही थी, मेरे लिए तुम जहाज होए. Jahaj means that boat, no? That, and she says beautiful in Bhojpuri language, Bhai hutat bho kahu jal jana. She said, listen to these words, Hanuman. I was sinking in the ocean of bereavement, sorrows. Hanumanji. Oh dear Tat. Tat means a very, very close, honest friend. Hey Tat, oh Hanuman. You have come like a ship to save me from drowning in this deep, turbulent ocean. Are you drowning in the ocean of sorrows, misery? How many parents cannot go to their children's funeral? How many children cannot go to the parents' funeral? You know, dying is one, but when you cannot attend a service, it's very heartbreaking, isn't it? There are so many things that are happening at the moment that can be really, really dark. And she is living in this darkness. But Hanumanji comes as that ray of light, that hope, asha, to bring courage. And so, this is what the Lord does. And there's a beautiful song that a great devotee, she's online, I know she's probably texting, and Usalaji, and she requested this very old song. Now, I haven't sung these bhajans in a long time because they're a long time song, you know. So please excuse, I'm going to try these bhajans. And I guess when your heart gets in it, the Lord will send a rag. So this is a very, very old song. Please enjoy this. Hey Ram, take me into your shelter. If there is no room in your eyes for me, then give me shelter by your feet, Sri Ram. Beautiful meaning, isn't it? When we grow up, these are the songs we heard. मुझे अपनी शरण में ले लो राम, ले लो राम, मुझे अपनी शरण में ले लो राम, मुझे अपनी शरण में ले लो राम,
ले लो राम, मुझे अपनी शरण में ले लो राम।
लोचन मन में जगा न हो तो, लोचन मन में
जगे ना तो,
युगल चरण में ले लो राम, ले लो राम, मुझे
अपनी शरण में ले लो राम।
Lord, you have entrapped me by giving me this life, by creating this Maya. You confuse me, Bhagwan. I will only be free from all my worries when I take shelter at your feet. This is the meaning of the song. जीवन देके जाल बिछाया, जाल बिछाया, रच के माया नाचन छाया, चिंता मेरी कभी मिटेगी, चिंता मेरी कभी मिटेगी, जब चरणों में ले लो राम, ले लो राम, मुझे अपनी शरण में ले लो राम। तुमने लाखों पापी तारे, मेरी बारी बाजी हारे, बाजी हारे, मेरे पास न पुण्य की पूंजी, मेरे पास न पुण्य की पूंजी, पद पूजन में ले लो राम, ले लो राम, मुझे अपनी शरण में ले लो राम। राम मेरा राम, राम मेरा, घर घर अटकूं, धर धर भटकूं, कहाँ कहाँ अपना सिर पटकूं, जीवन में मिलो न तुमको राम मेरा।
इस जीवन में मिलो न तुमको,
युगल चरण में ले लो राम, ले लो राम, मुझे अपनी शरण में ले लो राम, अपनी शरण में ले लो राम, ले लो राम,
मुझे अपनी शरण में ले लो राम।
राम मेरा राम, राम मेरा, घर घर अटकू दर दर भटकू कहाँ कहाँ अपना सिर पटकू ऐसा जीवन मिलो न तुमको राम युगल चरण में ले लो राम हे राम I get posted from house to house. I get knocked from pillar to post, O Sri Ram. Wherever I go, where should I cry? If I don't attain you, O Lord, Yugala Charan me le lo Ram. If I do not attain your feet, then what is the use of this life? These bhajans, I tell you, are very, very special, very soothing, and very soft, and very, very nice. Here you can imagine Sita, Devi is crying with stress. She cannot meet her Lord. You know what's the philosophy here? The philosophy is that the vidya, the knowledge, when separated from Atma, Ram, consciousness, you get pulled away from God. This is what happens, stress comes. And so, brothers and sisters, there are different reasons for stress. Many people have different levels of stress. Some people have lost a loved one. Some people, they lose a child. Some people have child abuse when they were small. Some people were battered in their marriage. Some lose their spouse. A husband or wife probably had passed on. Some people have climate depression. You change a country and you become depressed. Some people lose their position. Some people lose wealth. Some people lose health. Some people lose themselves. These are the different kinds of depression. But friends, the message here tonight, please, I beg you, if you are suffering from depression, it is time to shake off those feelings. And if you're feeling low, may Bhagwan Krishna, just as he told Arjuna, Arjuna, Utishta, Varam, Prapta, Nibhorata. Arjuna, wake up from your weakness. It is not a time to entertain dharpok. Dharpok means weakness. My friends, when you're weak, many things can happen when you're depressed, When depression comes, I tell you, it's really a sad thing, One day, there was this sadhu. It's just a little joke, and I composed this one. So it's not from any book. This is my own composition of some jokes. This is when sometimes people ask me what I do in a plane. If I have to travel from here to South Africa, that will take us 20-something hours. So people say, what do you do 5 hours? And I compose tunes, I compose chowpais, tunes, I compose jokes, quotations. I love to multitask. It's my love actually to do these things. So one sadhu was riding a horse and he trained the horse that whenever he says Sitaram, the horse will leave, go. Whenever he says Hari Om, the horse will stop. So he trained the horse well, and as the horse began training, he took the horse for a ride in the forest. And he said Sitaram, and the horse took off. And so the horse left. And friends, he said, Hari Om, and this horse stopped. But he then traveled along, and he didn't know he was coming close to a cliff. It was the edge of the mountain. And he said, Hari Om, and the horse stopped. And when the horse stopped, he said, God, thank you. Thank you so much. I made this horse learn these codes. Lucky I allowed this horse to learn the code. At the same time, his phone rang. Answered the phone, he said, Sitaram. And the horse began continuing. The horse went over the cliff, my friends. Of course, it was not a very huge place, so his life was safe. When we are stressed, and when we are not thinking, all these things can happen. You lose your mind, you become sometimes you lose that mental faculty, you become dark, your mentality becomes clouded. I walk every day here, and I never told Navita this, but whenever I go walking, I have been observing something, because I love to observe. That's how I learn, that's how I make my analysis with my kathas. And this man, when you walk today, he's changing this bulb. When you walk tomorrow, he goes to the next bulb. When you walk again the next day, he come back to the same bulb. Hare, the same bulb needs so much attention. Then I realized that this fellow probably is suffering from Alzheimer's, no? He forgot he attended this ball. So the next day he goes to the next one and he forgot about this one, so he comes back. The worst thing is to get up with people, especially in marriage, and they forget who you are. They forget who they are. This is what depression can cause. So friends, many of us will go to the psychologist, doctor, and we'll get antidepressant. You can go to the doctor if you have to go. Yes, I'm not a doctor. I may be a spiritual advisor. But they will tell you the same thing. Antidepressant. One fellow was so depressed. He said, "Doctor, I don't want any antidepressant. Auntie already gave me plenty trouble. Give me uncle depressant, not auntie. She was too much trouble." My friends, therefore, we lose ourselves. We cut ourselves. We go to drugs, we go to suicide, we go to alcohol, we go to excessive drugs. We lose ourselves. We lose contact of reality. My friends, we lose our trust. We lose our interest. We lose our faith. And so, let us allow that laughter to come back. Let us allow that peace to come back. And Sita, as we continue, Sita get courage. And now Hanumanji again continues. And as Hanumanji continues to speak, I also am speaking to you very softly as Hanumanji and spoke. And she began to remember the glories of Sri Ram. Whenever you are sad, read a good book, read a holy text, get together with a few people who you can discuss and forget your pains. Look at Mr. Bean movie and start laughing. It's a nice movie I'll recommend to you. He makes you laugh. Go for a walk. Get into exercise. Get involved in cooking. Get involved. Speak to someone, a guru. Get involved so much that you'll forget your pain. If we are wise enough, we'll come out from that dark hole of depression and we ourselves the cause. Hanumanji continues and we learn. Again, Hanumanji continues to give courage to Sita, who is very depressed at this point in time. Sahaj bani mein, Sahaj bani sevak sukh dhaaye, kabhu surati karat raghunaaye. Shri Ram Jai Rama, Shri Ram Jai Rama,
Shri Ram Jai Rama, Jai Jai Rama.
kabhu nayan mama Sital Katha, kabhu nayan mama Sital Katha, koi nirakhi sam mridu gata. Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Rama, Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Rama, Shri Ram Jai Ram Jai Jai Rama. Sahaj bani sevak sukhdayak, kabhu surati karat raghunayak. Bolo Raja Ramachandra ki jai. It is said, it is Hanumanji's nature to be joyous. He brought joy into her heart. And so she began to remember the Lord. I want you to remember the Lord as often as you can. He said the nature of the Atma is joy. Why be unhappy? The whole spiritual, if you want to take a spiritual angle of depression, the answer is this. If you and I, right, we know that we are living because of karma. We are born in karma, we live in karma, we die in karma, we are born again. Then we should know, as wise people, that it is only natural to face difficulties, downfall, depression, sadness, disappointments. A wise man knows, the difference between being disappointed and being appointed. He knows the difference between these things. We know the difference and still we get stuck in the darkness, in the sad side. Friends, in this spiritual journey towards that enlightenment, towards God, we should know that the human form comes with this package. Where there is day, there's going to be night. Where there is joy, there's going to come sorrow. Where there is happiness, there's going to be unhappiness. Where there is wealth, there's going to be poverty. Where there is trust, there's going to be the opposite. Life is a pair of opposite. Duality. And this is what the part of the world of Maya. If we know these things are there, then why should we get carried away when these things happen? For a wise man, he takes name, blame, fame, claim, and even shame as the same. He is not affected by wealth. He is not affected by poverty. He is not affected when he has praise or when he gets blaze. He is not affected when he is amused or if he is abused. If you thank him or you blank him, he is still to that level of stita pragya. Because he knows as a wise man, life comes with a package of duality. For those who know this, my friends, depression will be very, very easy to be faced. And so, my friends, devotees, let us start understanding to keep positive. Let us try to meet people who would have similar interests. And a message here, family members, husband, if you see your wife is depressed and crying, she needs attention, she needs a hug, she needs to be reminded she's loved. If a husband, today husband cries, so if a wife observed her husband is quiet, he's not talking, he's sad, you must know you have to be the one to reach out. Don't expect the other person to reach out. You have to reach out. And husband and wives, we have that problem. They expect the other person to read their minds. Yes, but you have to speak. Sit and talk about your problems. If you're not getting through, go to a counselor, go to a guru who can help you. Go to someone very neutral who can help you. And friends, during this time of confinement, where we are asked to be at home, there are many parents and many husband and wives who call me and they have plenty, lots of problems. Children as well. Quarrel starts, that whole darkness starts, the whole sort of fight starts because they never accustomed seeing each other so much. But the Lord put us like that, so we will be able to understand each other, know each other, withstand each other, endure each other, and learn from each other. Friends, if you see your children or child is crying, they're not coming out from the room, please pay attention to them. And so, friends and devotees, suicide is a very, very easy thing. To be depressed is a very, very easy thing. But it's very, very difficult to come out from it. When we look at the great actor, his name was Robin Williams, isn't it? One of the greatest actors that passed through in the centuries that went by. Even though he was wise and famous and witty and very charismatic, he commits suicide by depression. I asked my little daughter today, Sakshi, to pull up a quotation for me in depression. And that very sweet child, she pulled this quotation from Robin Williams, who took his life because of depression. All the fame, it didn't help him. All the name, all the wealth, and all the possession, everything didn't help him. He said, as I quote, "I think the saddest people always try their hardest to make people happy, because they know what it's like to feel absolutely worthless, and they don't want anyone else to feel like them." I like to repeat what he said before he died. He said he was very depressed. He said, I think the saddest people always try their hardest to make other people happy because they know what it is like to feel absolutely worthless, and they don't want anyone else to feel like that way. Depression, my friends, is a very, very easy thing to crawl into your life. Depression is living in a body that fights to survive with a mind that tries to die. My friends, many a time we try to die. But friends, if you're a spiritual being, if you're a spiritual well-being, you will never think of committing suicide. Because when you commit suicide, there is only darkness. Bhagavan has given you a body as a gift, and you took that gift away. Therefore, friends, suicide is not the way. I beg you, for those of you who are depressed, sad and lonely and feel out of it, feel you have no one else to speak, I don't feel there's a reason for you to feel uptight, be depressed. If you feel like that, listen to bhajans, read a joke, call your parents, call your children, play with your grandchildren, go for a walk, meditate, read a good book, or you can call me if you wish. But depression can really, really take your real essence, life and joy away. Bhagavan has given us a gift, and that gift is not to be depressed, but to resist that suppression and depression and get into that impression of Bhagavan's glory. My friends, always a pleasure. I feel I can go on more on this topic. It's a very huge topic, and this can take hours. But I just would like to relieve that, please, my Guruji used to say, we expect too much from people. We expect too much from the world. And more our expectations, more are going to be our disappointments. My friends, the spiritual part is the part. Go within the self and understand the Atma Chaitanya. Sai Baba says, know yourself, by yourself, with yourself, in yourself. Bhagavad Gita, Aham Atma. Udare Atmanam Atma, all these words, Atma, lift yourself by yourself. Lift yourself from your lower self. The lower self is the ego, the depression, the darkness, and lift yourself to the light of the Atma. That's the meaning of the verse. My friends, once we live in the Spirit of God, Bhagavan will always take care of us. Remember today's topic? Keep on keeping on. Today's word is Shok or Avasad. Avasad means depression in Hindi. So one Hindi word you have learned. And so, my friends, thank you so much for listening. It's really a joy to be in your company. And Sita Ma was very uplifted, and she gave her blessings to Hanumanji. Chiranjeev, may you live for a long time. May you always be successful, and may Ram always be in your heart. And Mother had given Hanumanji a blessing. May you always take care of those who call upon you. Just as you came as a boat to save me from drowning in this ocean, those who chant the Hanuman Chalisa, those who listen to your glories, the devotees will get your help. Oh Hanumanji, you will help those who are in the abyss of dejection. Smile again, friends. Keep positive. Don't ever speak negative. Don't call your friends and give them dejection, negative message. Try to impress yourself, not others, by being positive, speaking positive. Before you look into the phone in the morning and judge the world by what you see, first thing you must do, picture a beautiful world, a bright world, a loving world, a peaceful world, before you go to the news, before you go to compare the deaths, before you take up your phone in WhatsApp or your Facebook. Say a prayer first and see the world what you want to see, not what the world is seeing. Let us all see the world from a light of love, a light of God, a light of healing, a light of love, and things are going to get really, really better soon. Have faith, we are all in this together. Friends, I'd like to sing this bhajan. And this bhajan I'd like to dedicate to Vishnuji and Barbara Sukkar from Canada. They celebrated their 50th wedding anniversary on Sunday. To Vishnuji, special namaskar to you. And thank you so much for always supporting me. And we look forward to again meet sometime in the Canada area. To Sarojini Maharaj from Scarborough, celebrating her birthday. This greeting is coming from your parents, your mom, sisters, Yorani, and of course your husband Ganesh and wonderful children. To Babita and Terry from right here in Kissimmee, greetings are coming to you from Sabita and your children, wonderful. So Babita, Terry, happy anniversary and happy birthday to you. To Devlal from Orlando, last week was supposed to be his 3 nights yajna. He celebrated his birthday last Saturday, and we were supposed to be together with all great musicians and so on. That didn't come true. I know he is looking on, but thank you for your support, Devlalji from Orlando. Wonderful singer, a wonderful human being. But thank you, Devlal, and happy belated birthday. To Oma Ramlal, she's always messaging, always in contact with us. Thank you for your support. My godchildren Trish, and thank you so much for your blessings, Oma Ramlalji. To Krishna Maharaj from Orlando, who is viewing, thank you so much for your kindness, for your love, support. Krishnaji, thank you so much. To Rajvati from Minnesota, thank you so much for Sita from the Rameshwar Mandir here in Orlando. Parvati from Palm Beach, always Ma, thank you so much for blessing us and always being there for us. To Sumati from Canada, Scarborough, Lord's blessings to all of you. Please enjoy this selection. मैया मुरी हो मैं नहीं माखन खायो मैया मुरी हो मैं नहीं माखन खायो कहत सुनत में आकर काहे झूठा दोष लगाओ रे मैया मोरी मैंने माखन खायो ओ मैया मोरी मैंने माखन खायो यमुना के तट पर ग्वाल बाल संग 4 शहर में गेला गैया चरावत बंसी बजावत साज की बेला भूख लगी तो दौरत दौरत भूख लगी तो दौलत दौलत सीधा में घर आओ ओ मैया मोरी मैं नहीं माखन खायो मैया मोरी हो मैं नहीं माखन खायो ना कोई मैंने मटकी पूरी ना कोई की है चोरी ओ जान लिया क्यों मुझको झूठा तूने मैया मोरी अपने अंग नहीं माखन खायो मैया मुरी हो मैं नहीं माखन खायो बात सुना तुम्हें आकर काहे झूठा दोष लगा मोरे मैया मोरी मैं नहीं माखन खायो कृष्णा मोरी मैं नहीं माखन मोरी गोविंदा मोरी मैं नहीं माखन खाओ कन्हैया मोरी मैं नहीं माखन खाओ मैया मोरी मैं नहीं माखन खायो. The love between mother and Kanhaiya, the Lord. A child and a parent. Parent is very, very happy to see the child playing, laughing, excelling. And that love never ends, my friends. And for those, Krishnaji, when he was leaving in Mathura, he thought of his mother. Even going to Dwarka, he would think of his mother playing with him and all the beautiful olden days. For those of you who may not have a parent or parents with you, the love that they go with and leave with, they're always indelible. They're playing the games, the happiness, the joy. When you make them eat, Krishna Kanhaiya and his mom had a beautiful relation. You know, Yashoda was very angry and says, who ate the makhan? And he would say, Main nahi makhan khayo. Khayo means to eat. Makhan is the curd. Nahi, main nahi. Maya nahi makhan khayo. Mother, I didn't eat the makhan. And then she said, well, if you didn't eat the makhan, how come the makhan is all in your nose and your eyes? And then he will say, Ma, not me stole the makhan. You see that person there in the reflection of the pot? He stole it, not me. What can Yashoda do when, you know, she is so transformed with his jokes and his naughtiness? For us and so many people actually who may not have your parents, these are the days you remember, isn't it? May that love always be there for them and may the blessings always be there for you. My friends, there are a lot of people, devotees, who are celebrating also their birthdays and anniversaries. And just to celebrate life, I would like to end with this selection. It is a classic from the older movies, the original voice of Muhammad Rafi. And again, I would like to sing this beautiful selection for those who are celebrating and may not be able to come outside and dine with family members and go to places. But of course, these songs, I do hope they reach you wonderfully. Please enjoy this selection. And to those of you who always wish us well, please let us know where you're logging in from. We'd love to hear from you. And share this message, this video of depression to your friends and family members. And remember, if your friends and families may not have Facebook, you can share this message. I think it's under Pandit Munelal, Healing the World. Healing the World by Pandit Munelal. You'll get all our 2 hours bhajans from last week and all the Thursday sessions. And of course, these sessions, they go a day after that it was done. So today's program will be available tomorrow evening for you. Just type in Healing the World series by Pandit Munelal and all these will come up. You can share it with your friends and family members. For all those of you who I may not know, logging in from all the various countries of the world, thank you so much. Enjoy this selection, friends. Cho चौरवी का चांद हो या आफ्ताब हो, जो भी हो तुम खुदा की कसम लाजवाब हो। चौरवी का चांद हो। चेहरा के जैसे झील में खिलता हुआ कहूँ, या जिंदगी के साथ चली हुई गजल, जाने बाहर तुम किसी यार का कहो। चौरवी का चांद या आफ्ताब हो, जो भी हो तुम खुदा की कसम लाजवाब हो। चौरवी का चांद हो। जुल्फे जैसे कांद पे बादल झुकी हुई, आंखें जैसे मेरे प्याले भरे हुए, मस्ती है जिसमें प्यार की तुम वो शराब हो। चौरवी का चांद हो या आफ्ताब हो, जो भी हो तुम खुदा की कसम लाजवाब हो। चौरवी का चांद हो, चौरवी का चांद हो या आफ्ताब हो, जो भी हो तुम खुदा की कसम लाजवाब हो। चौरवी का चांद हो, चौरवी का चांद हो, चौरवी का चांद हो। So happy birthday to all of you who have logged in. Please share this message, share this video with those who may need help. And tonight's discourse was specially requested by so many. Of course, you can join me on Radio Jagriti on 102.7 FM every Saturday morning. It's free. You just have to log on to Radio Jagriti. And these are the topics I speak on every Saturday morning from 8 to 9 a.m. on a Saturday morning on Radio Jagriti 102.7 FM. I'm always happy to be here with you, and please join us on Thursday for 1 hour of Kirtan, and then Saturday again for 2 hours of Bhajans. And again, you can look at these Bhajans on just Google, on YouTube, Healing the World by Pandit Munelal, and all the Bhajans that we have done so far. This is our 26th sessions, and we will continue to relate with you, to be here for you. And please don't give up. Depression is a state of mind. Depression is what you make of who you are. If I were you, shake off those kamzor, those dharpok qualities, those weak qualities, and shine again and get back up on your feet. If others can't do it for them. You make the difference. you make that call to be a positive person. This is the message tonight. Keep on keeping on. Dheeraj Daro. And have courage and don't ever give up. My dear friends, we pray as we join for the healing of the world. Just for 1 minute, may your hands be open and feel that energy radiating from your palms of your hands. And may your home be healed, your children be healed. May all the doctors, nurses in the medical field be healed. May all those who are affiliated in the hospitals, workers, colleagues, staff, members of staff, may they all be healed. And for those who are infected, all those thousands, today we have crossed in America, I think more than 1 million people, close to 1 million people are affected. And we need more healing. Please protect yourselves and try to be safe. Follow all the protocols and all that is necessary to be safe out there. We send an energy as you raise your hands, Lord. Please save the world, save our country, save the village, save our friends and families. We pray, may this energy reach those who have passed away, all our friends. Recently, a doctor friend from England has passed away. A young nurse from the same hospital in London has also already passed this morning. To Mike, Dr. Mike, our condolences to your family, to his family, and to the family of all the doctors there. Wherever you are in the medical field throughout the world, wherever you are, may you be helped, may you be healed. Send out that light energy through your hands. And may this Reiki energy, this divine light, shine brightly, so much, so that it can dissolve and remove such plight that is taking place in our world. Sarve bhavantu sukhina, sarve santu niramaya, sarve bhadrani pashyantu, ma kaschit kabhagmaya. Lord, listen to our appeal, listen to our prayer. Save those who are downtrodden, those who are depressed. Bring that light to the heart once more. Om Tvameva Mata Cha Pita Tvameva Tvameva Bandhusya Sika Tvameva Tvameva Vidya Dravinam Tvameva Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva Tvameva Sarvam Mama Deva Deva Tvameva Sarvam, you are Tvamev, you are everything to me. You're my every relation, you're my best friend, oh Lord. May you be kept in my heart now and forever. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Bolo Pavan Putra Hanuman ki Jai. Thank you for joining us again, and join us on Thursday for Satsang from 7 to 8 p.m. If we go a few minutes later, please excuse us. Thank you for viewing, and God's blessings. Jai Shri Ram.